Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. B Miller, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Dan, how are you? Good morning, guys. What's going on? What's what's you guys' week been like? How you guys been getting along? Um, Work been okay? Family okay? What is new in your lives? Um, I've been all over the place, but it's been just getting some work done before the morning workout. Look at this guy. This guy's a champ. This guy's a champ. I am off the workout train. I am on the fully fully in right now on work. Fully in right now on being distracted by all of our VFriends nonsense and fully in on I've been having some conversations since I think the first one was Friday and the second one was yesterday with possibly um, working with someone, partnering with someone to help uh, kind of, I don't know what exactly we want to call it, but he wants to come in and help me reorganize and restructure the way my business is so I can become a lot more um, efficient and give me the space I need to grow and easily handle a little bit more work. So it's been some good talks, been some long talks, lots of information. He's one of those like incredible business minds that, just a lot of it's above my head. A lot of it I understand, but at the same time, it's just a lot. But anyways, it's kind of been throwing me a little bit, but it's been good. Good morning, Brian Brofit. How are you doing? What's going on? But anyways, the reason why I said that is because B Miller said he was getting a workout done, and I haven't done anything like all week. Haven't even done like the minimum set that I want to do, which is essentially like Josh Courage daily squats and push-ups. Most days I don't even stretch. I'm definitely not out going on walks. Um, just haven't been feeling it. Haven't been uh, I kind of I kind of been a little bit out of my routine lately. Good morning, Dylan. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Driving into work, doing whatever it is that you do, brother. But yeah, it's uh it's one of those weeks. And then today, like I said yesterday, is my anniversary, 15 years with my wife. So kind of kind of in my head a little bit right now about what the last 15 years have been, how much that means, and the fact that I just like am completely stumped on what to get her, or what to do for her or anything like that. And I definitely don't want it to be something that comes off as last minute, but at this point it is the last minute, so there's no choice for it to be anything different than that. So yeah, it's just a lot. A lot is going on. Work, same thing. Got a lot of work going on right now. I'm a good amount behind on some stuff. Uh, all my clients are happy, so that's a good thing. You know, I'm I'm staying I'm staying at least in it, and everything's progressing forward, but not as fast as I would like it to be. So that's part of the reason why I reached out to this person uh, to help kind of work on some of this stuff. So yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks, but it's not tough in the sense of like um, no work, no income, family sickness, whatever. So it's a good kind of tough. It's kind of tough that makes you stronger. But yeah, we'll get through it. But yeah, what's going on with everybody else? Anybody want to come up and hang out, chat with me a little bit? If not, I'm gonna move through the things. uh, my gratitude for the morning. If any of y'all want to share your gratitude, please do so. Where is my gratitude banner? There's my gratitude banner. Hey there, buddy. Um, my gratitude is obviously centered around my wife today, celebrating 15 years. Um, you know, just having that person in my life for that long. Truly amazing woman. Like couldn't do anything without her. Wouldn't want to do anything without her at this point. She definitely rocks it with the kids, keeps me updated while I'm out here. My son started soccer practice yesterday, um, and he had a good time. So they called me. I was on my way home, and he was just, Dad, this, that, just like kind of going off the way kids do, like super excited. And then, she kind of chimed in and she was like, yeah, he did so good. He didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay there late. And that's always a great thing because, a couple years ago, good morning, Jason, and good morning, MP. A couple years ago, we started him in T-ball, and he did not like it at all. Like he spent the whole time crying. He wanted to walk out. Like he would just sit on the floor, just wouldn't participate. Um, and I've been a little worried. And then when he started basketball, it was the same thing. When he started basketball, the first day, he was just tears, like didn't want to do it. But then he was great after about 6 months of basketball. So I wasn't expecting anything different in soccer, but yeah, he had a great time last night, and so that was just really cool. And that's the kind of stuff that my wife does. Is she just handles the kids so greatly, and everything that they need, she gives them. So yeah, amazing. What's going on, everybody? Why y'all guys all so silent? And I'm just sitting up here sweating it out, talking to myself in the ether. Give me something. There we go, Fialo. Look at this guy coming in hot. Bring it back to the old days and write her a note letter about how. Yep, you know what? That's the thing. That's where I was going to. Um, I used to do that when we were dating. Good morning, J Rob. Uh, Look at Profit sending me a text. Thank you, buddy. I used to write her letters all the time. Um, they were a lot more like lovey-dovey, like romantic or whatever. And then the last couple of years, I found myself struggling when writing them to like, I don't know. We've just been in a hard place the last couple of years, and so it wasn't coming to me as like beautiful and romantic, I guess. And so it kind of, yeah, I do need to get back into that for sure. Oh, we gotta, please, no one click the link. Okay, you guys know better, right? I'm not good at switching to. Oh, maybe I'm getting better. Let's see. Hey, what? Did someone already ban this person? All right, StreamYard or Twitch, you're weird. Um, anyways, J Rob, Profit, Fialo, you got this, Dom. Yeah, yeah. I know. I know. I just, like I said, she deserves the best. I think I said the other day, like, what do you get? Someone who has everything. Like, we are definitely the type of people that, get ourselves, whatever we want whenever we want it. Um, so it's kind of one of those things where, coming to like birthdays and all, like as you guys know, like we travel a lot. Like that's a big thing for her is vacations and stuff. So, you know, we we um we don't do it around our anniversary, like because we usually have a spring break before our anniversary, and then we'll have like, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and summer trips. So it's kind of something that gets skipped because we're doing so much around it. So I think it comes to both of us in a way where it's just like, oh yeah, it's our anniversary. But yeah, this is a decently big one, being 15 years. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's get into the reading a little bit. So today, if you don't know, is April 9th. Uh, and boy, this one's not really a banner, is it now, Ryan Turner? Um, we read in the book The Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. I don't have a copy. I read on a Kindle. Just can't show it to you. But today's is titled Leave It at the Door. This one is kind of a little bit of a repeat of something that we kind of read a little earlier this month, which it's only been 9 days, but um, basically simple thought, make the transition at the door, whatever it takes to get you to the point where you're not bringing your work stuff home, and that you can give the best to your spouse and your kids when you get home, assuming you are out somewhere for work. A little bit different of a story of those of us who work from home, a little bit different of a story of us, those of us who are stay-at-home parents, or whatever combination of that. Obviously a little different story, on those that are away for travel, or people who are separated and see your kids not every day. But same theory, keep your work stress, keep your work baggage, keep your um, those moments when your boss or your employees or your clients frustrate you, and you kind of get in that funk. I have a long drive home, so I can decompress, for the most part during that time. And I like to think that when I get home, I'm definitely not in like a state of anger or frustration from work. It's more along the lines of uh, I'm in a state of exhaustion from just everything that happened, and then the long um, commute in LA traffic. There's nothing fun about that. So, well, I take that back. It's it's not great, but I found a way to make it fun, of course. But yeah, that's another topic. That's a self-driving car and Twitter Spaces and Twitch streams. um, but yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the reading? Give me something here. Someone chat with me. Um, Randall Stuntman. Yep, fast transitions. That's something we read the other day. Um, I like it. It seems simple enough, but then obviously, we all have our phones. We all have like instant connection. You get a text message through. So, I don't know if any of you guys do this, but like for me, I have, at the bottom of every one of my emails, I have, my standard signature, name, company, phone number, but all the way at the bottom, there's a special note that basically says, "We'll respond Monday through Friday, 8 to 5." So I like to, set that boundary early, and so it's in every one of my emails. I the other thing I do is I strategically do not respond to clients and subcontractors and people that I work with after outside of those hours. Like right now, I'm up at 4 a.m., but I'm not going to be, emailing, texting, or calling any of my clients right now. And I don't start that process until 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I pretty much cut it, every day at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then I definitely am down to the bare minimum on weekends. And I think I've noticed that as I set that boundary and as I don't respond to people, even when they're sending me notes out of those hours, they get the picture. Everybody has been, respectful. Everybody's been understanding, and it makes it that much easier for me to uh, leave the work at the door, right? I know that that's harder for people in different people in different jobs and careers. I'm sure it's, potentially a little easier for someone like me who most of our work in construction is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. But my clientele, a lot of them work the same hours, so their response time tends to be evenings and weekends when they have their free moment to sit, think, digest, ask questions. But like I said, they're pretty good for the most part. It used to be when I started, they weren't. And then I found that it was actually more in my control than I thought it was. If I just didn't respond until Monday, they'd be fine. And they would eventually switch to following that lead. But yeah, makes it much easier in my opinion. Jason wrote a message here. What's this say? I was thinking about mornings, not just shutting off work for home, but shutting off home for work. Sometimes appropriate, sometimes keeps the energy I spend at school in check. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I was going through, I wonder if that's something that we would need to do. Like you're saying basically like just like how you shut off work at the threshold of the door, you would shut off home while you're on your way to work. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely certain instances of home life that, can create um, like a mental load or whatever going into work. So you're right. It's best to, what's the word, compartmentalize everything that you got going on so that you can focus. Because y'all know that like we're having some struggle with our middle child, and that's been something that's been affecting me. I mean, it's hard to shut that off, obviously, because it's my child. But you're right, Jason. Like it is best to try to keep that aside until the moment work stops, and then bring that fresh to the mind. Um, like I said earlier when I came in here, I've been struggling with my morning routine, and I think a lot of that has to do with. So, speaking of my middle child, this has happened the last couple of days in a row, but she wakes up around this time. Her new thing has been she wants mom and I to wake her up around 5:20, 5:30. So when I'm home on Fridays, right before I start the show, I'll go wake her up and she jumps in the shower. Well, it just made me smile because she must have just gotten out of the shower or something. I just got a nice little good morning text from her, which is a trend that I started a year or two ago. And, I started it with like the 6 or 7 people in my life that were like really important to me. I would text them every morning, just a good morning, and then like a couple notes or whatever. And Brooklyn uh, is always the one who responds the most and responds the best. I think all that she's going through, I've told her with her friend group is just because she's just such a passionate, like loving person, and it just hits her harder than it hits most people. Like it's a little struggle for me to explain things to her sometimes because I'm like, it sounds like your friend sucks. Just drop them. And she's like, no, Dad, I don't want you. But anyways, I'm all over the place right now. Good morning, David. Welcome late to the couch. And then Dan, take your work email off your phone. Yeah, I've thought about trying to like separate that stuff, but um I definitely don't want 2 phones. That sounds like a complete nightmare. There have been a couple of times where I've thought about it. There have been a couple of people I've met that like that 2 phone system, and there have been a couple of people that don't like it. So for right now, it works. Um, I think the only thing I get in trouble with is when people email or text me outside of work. I do have a problem where I don't like seeing the red bubble notifications. If you're one of those people that has a iPhone red bubble and you have like 4-digit number or higher, or even a 3-digit number on your email and your text messages, feel free to send me screenshots so that I can, you know, throw up and say things back to you. But like, I can't stand that, so I will always go through and look at the messages, um, which can get me into a little bit of a bind because I'll read the message from the client when I'm not supposed to, and then come Monday when I'm really going to respond, I'll forget that I read a message. So I spend a lot of my Mondays scrolling back through all that stuff to look at it, but it's just a pet peeve of mine. I know there are people that just feel great comfort seeing 4,000 unread emails and 150 unread text messages, but that is not me. I hate notifications. So yeah, if you're one of those people, seek help. Whew. All right, guys. We're bumbling through this one, but we are getting there. I feel it. I'm sorry, Paul. Just read your damn messages, bro. Set up rules in your email. Like if it's just junk email, like send it to the junk folder, you know, unsubscribe, unfollow, block. Like I've looked at my wife's before and she's that way, and it's like emails are from like Kohl's and like fucking Geico and shit. And it's like you don't even need that email, like let alone for it to be a, oh my God, Paul, what the hell? I don't think we can be friends anymore. Dude, just delete the email and start over. Like it's not worth it. Oh my gosh. All right, everybody, drop your email notifications in the chat right now. Let's see if anyone can beat Paul, or if we can just all make Paul realize that he needs to go through and just read them all. I mean, you could like I use Outlook. So I could just go through and like, auto sort them by name, and if it's junk, hit delete or select all, and yeah, that makes it way easier. I don't know how other people do it or how other people don't. Yeah, throw it all away, dude. Just start over, start fresh. If they really want to get a hold of you, they will find you. Like, hey, these emails I sent you aren't going through. Oh, what is this podcast about? Sore throat. How's it going? Um, this this is the Daily Dads. It's a morning uh, podcast where we just talk about life and parenting. So most of us here are parents. Um, most of us are friends. We come from Gary Vaynerchuk's V-Friends, a lot of us. That's how we got connected. And yes, most of us are US based. We have a couple Australians, um, maybe some from England, Canada, I'm not sure. But yeah, where are you from? How'd you find us? But anyways, we read a book called The Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. Um, it's a page a day, so it's a real simple read. And then we come on here every morning and we chat about it. But yeah, welcome. How's it going? Are you a parent? Do you have kids? I see. It looks like you got a girlfriend at least, or fiance or wife. Just scrolling randomly. Gotcha, bud. Well, if it's something that works, we're actually wrapping up. We usually go from my time in the Pacific Coast, 5:30 to 6 o'clock. So it's just a 30-minute show, little quick thing that we do pretty much every morning. We typically will take a Saturday or a Sunday off, sleep in, whatever. But other than that, we're here every day. So um, yeah, check us out. It's the book is centered around parenting, but I've found that it has some really good lessons uh, for any type of relationship. marriage, friendship, work relationships, stuff like that. So if you're interested, take a peek, check out Ryan Holiday. But yeah, anyways, where was I at? Where did I miss? Welcome to the greatest community in the world. This podcast about, yeah. Um, well, Sigma 4, my wife. Okay, so that's your wife. Got it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I think I said my piece for the day. Appreciate you all. Check back in with me tomorrow. We'll find out what was up with Jason and Ryan. I hope everyone has a good day. I hope everyone got their Chrome boxes or didn't. There's another one coming around the corner. But yeah, man, I'll see you guys all. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And yeah, have a good day. Peace. See you, Dylan. See you, Dan. See you, Jason. See you, BroFit. Later, everybody.